Yes! It is finally back! After waiting an entire season for my Durarara X2, the second arc, to finally begin, it's finally here. The first episode of, I guess you can consider, Season 3 is upon us. If you have yet to see this episode, go fucking watch it, man. Oh my god, that Izaya is so hype. Okay, so, let's put it this way. This episode of Durarara was just so fun. It had everything I love from the first and second season. It does. It has that fast pacing, to wacky characters, to Izaya being the Joker of Durarara. Like, I wanted to completely just dive into that ending scene first. That's something I really just want to talk about, because that really has me just hyped up right now. That scene when the entire build-up of the episode, like, the majority of this episode was build-up for Izaya. As we know, at the end of Durarara X2, it was shown that Izaya got stabbed, and that's kind of how Season 2 ended. And we didn't really know what happened after that. We found out this dude, Yodogiri, is the one that stabbed Izaya. And we were left on that cliffhanger. Well, with this episode, we come to find out more about that entire event, and someone that probably hates Izaya is going to come to his hospital bed and try to kill him. And the entire build-up of this episode really just focuses around that main point. That's really the main plot point building up, alongside of Oba popping up with Celti, and also getting to see how this Yodogiri is getting built up as an information broker that gives information out on supernatural type beings, for instance, Celti to, Saika. So, a lot of things building up there, but let's go back to Izaya. So the first part of the episode begins right where the last, episode left off, Season 2 left off. That's kind of where this episode begins. So there's, no time skip. There's no time skip between this episode and Season 2, which I'm quite happy about, which I expected, but I'm very happy and satisfied about that. So, the beginning starts off with Izaya sitting in the hospital bed. It's nighttime. He's looking at the clock, and he's like, I've been waiting all day for the person to walk through that door and try to kill me. Who will it be? And he's thinking through all his head of the different people that want to kill him. And I mean, you gotta think about this. Izaya's wronged a lot of people. I mean, he's shit on a lot of people throughout this entire series. And I know there's quite a few that he probably doesn't even remember. Come to find out, that's exactly what happens. And this girl that he tricked a long time ago when she wanted to commit suicide, she tries to kill him. And to see that segment, when she pops up and about to stab him, she slices his pillow, he rolls over, is choking her and all that, and then he starts laughing hysterically, like he's laughing, he's like, I love humans and all that, and I'm like, oh my god, like, he is such a psycho. Like, I love Izaya. I've said it so many times, he is the Joker of the Durarara verse. He is such a Joker. The way he acts, the way he is betrayed in the series. I mean, he's sitting there laughing his ass off for this person to come out of nowhere and trying to kill him. I mean, who sick-minded fuck does that? Think about that for a second. And to add on top of this, too, like, he's like, you're most likely garbage, someone I don't care about, because, I mean, he didn't recognize the person. Then he realizes this person harbored so much hatred towards him after 1 year after he tricked her. And then he's like, I love it. I love it so much. I mean, this is phenomenal. That's pretty much what he was saying to the girl. And then, trying to kill him, he is happy about it. And he's like, I love humans so much. Oh, Izaya is so good. He is so good as a character. That scene instantly, I'm sorry, fanboy bias mode coming out right now. I'm sorry I have to do it. Fanboy mode activate. This is just my fanboy. 10 out of 10 episode just for that fucking scene. That Joker scene with Izaya, yo. I love it, 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 I love it. Okay, so let's talk about the other segments of the episode. So, there's some obvious build-up going on with Oba at the end of the episode. We see how he goes and tries to meet Celti. He meets Celti, and you see his hand, how it's still bleeding after what happened in the last season, after he got stabbed. We remember that shit. And it continues on from there. He's going to go meet Celti, most likely to get his hand fixed, probably get some form of, I guess, doctor aid, because he got fucking stabbed, and he probably doesn't want to go to an actual doctor. And on top of that, he probably wants to meet Celti and talk with her and probably try to manipulate her, since we do know he's kind of like a rival to Izaya, even though Izaya is the master manipulator over Oba. But getting back on topic, thing is, though, besides Oba, there was a lot of information brokers throughout this episode that was getting a lot of build-up. It wasn't just Izaya that was, like, the main focus. This Yodogiri is slowly being, like, inched into the story, because this person supposedly is very knowledgeable, very dangerous. Like, high up people in different organizations and businesses need to fear this man, because he's like a poison. He's a dude that gets around you, and he slowly eats you alive. He poisons you until you die, and so this dude sounds very dangerous, like worse than Izaya, or maybe just as bad as Izaya, because this guy has a lot of information about supernatural beasts and stuff like that. Like, he has information on, you know, Celti. He also had information on Psycha, so it just goes to show you that this dude is very dangerous. He has his knowledge, he has his information, he has his contacts, and for him to be able to do what he did also to Izaya goes to show you what type of person he is. So, I'm liking this setup with this, you know, first episode of Season 3, or Durarara X2 second arc. I'm liking the build-up. Now, talking about the animation specifically with this episode, the animation seemed a lot more crisp and fluid compared to the second season. As I said in the second season reviews I did, the animation I noticed was very lacking compared to how Season 1 was done. I mentioned quite a few times, there was even an episode that wasn't really finished. It looked like the animation wasn't even finished at all, and like, I think it was episode 7 or 8, one of those episodes in Durarara X2, and I noticed in this first episode of Durarara X2, the second arc, that the animation looked a lot better. Like, the character designs to the art to the animation looked so much better than it did from the last season. I'm guessing that season break that this series got probably gave the studio enough time to actually work on the art and animation and get it prepped up for this season, which I'm really glad that Durarara is taking seasonal breaks, because it allows it to where the company that's making this series can put some really good animation and budget into each individual arc or, you know, season, and have, you know, some form of break in between for they have the time to work on it. Because if this was going on for like 50 episodes, you know, straight, you know there would be an animation derp and quality drop eventually. I mean, not all studios are like Madhouse or, you know, I think David Productions that did JoJo. Not all studios are like that, so of course there will be a quality drop eventually. So yeah, animation quality, damn good. I'm liking the new opening song, by the way. I actually really like that new opening song. It sounds a lot better than the first song. Like, you know, the first song from X2, I like it a lot better than that. And yeah, it's the same type of melody and song we're used to when it comes to Durarara. So if you like Durarara opening songs, you're probably going to like this opening. Ending song just as well, same as, you know, standard Durarara openings and endings. It's really good, and it's very catchy. So tell me your thoughts and comments below. You all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.